Hello everyone, I'm Seeker127 and welcome back to Destiny 2 weapon reviews for PC. This week Iron Banner is back and I'm going to be doing a quick review on all three of the new weapons that have been added for this season. In addition to the weapons from the previous Iron Banner event, Bungie has added 3 new weapons, one for each weapon slot. For Kinetic we have Crimil's Dagger, a slow-firing, hard-hitting hand cannon. For the energy slot we've got Frostmire's Hex, a full-auto scout rifle. And lastly, for the power slot, there's Gunnora's Axe, a slug shotgun with above average range. First up, let's talk about Crimil's Dagger. This kinetic hand cannon fires at 110 rounds per minute and uses the aggressive frame archetype for high damage and high recoil. You've got a choice of 3 different sights which offer either more range or more stability and handling. I always opt for range. Perk 2 lets you choose between armor piercing rounds and drop mag, and again I opt for more range, so I choose armor piercing rounds. Drop mag is very useful on guns like Old Fashioned since it also has the kill clip perk, but here it doesn't offer any significant advantage if you're using kinetic munition loader mods. And last you have the opening shot perk, which improves accuracy and range on the opening shot of an attack. With a hand cannon with as much range as Crimil's Dagger, this is a pretty useful perk, and it's the one that makes Minuet 42 so popular in the Crucible. However, engaging enemies at a distance with any hand cannon puts you at a disadvantage since follow-up shots generally won't kill your enemy and just causes them to run away. Next we've got Frostmire's Hex. This energy scout belongs to the fastest firing scout archetype in the game at 260 rounds per minute due to the viced rapid fire frame. However, what it has in firing speed it lacks in range, impact, and magazine size. For tier 1 perks, we have 3 different barrel options, which means you won't get to change the sight. Personally, I like red dots, so that's fine by me, and I choose corkscrew rifling for maximum range. In tier 2, we have high caliber rounds and extended mag. High caliber rounds is the obvious choice here since it increases range and causes enemies to flinch when shot, making it harder for them to return fire. Extended mag is pretty much useless since it only increases mag size from 15 to 16 while also significantly reducing reload speed. Lastly, the Dragonfly perk can be somewhat useful in PvE but won't really help you out in the Crucible. For the power weapon slot, there's Gunnora's Axe, a shotgun that fires a single powerful slug. Tier 1 offers a few different barrel options, and once again, range is why I go with rifled barrel. Tier 2 lets you choose between accurized rounds for a pure range boost, and assault mag for faster firing speed and higher stability. Again, range. And last but not least, we see the opening shot perk once again. So that's what we have in terms of new weapons for Iron Banner, but how do they perform? Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that none of these weapons are ideal for high-level content. Activities like raiding or prestige nightfalls won't see these weapons used at all, and that's because they're simply better options in all categories. So that leaves us with lower level activities like public events, heroic strikes, and in those cases, these weapons can find some use, if only to break up the monotony of using the same top tier weapons over and over. Crimil's Dagger is admittedly strong and will one-shot most enemies. However, it fires very slowly, reloads slowly, and only has a 7-round mag. So you're going to be wasting a lot of time reloading, and each shot that you miss is going to matter that much more. You could try to mitigate the reload time by rolling a reload speed masterwork on it, but in my opinion, it's just not worth the shards. This weapon doesn't offer enough to be used over other similar hand cannons. It's generally accepted that the 140 RPM hand cannon is the ideal archetype, but even if you're a rebel and enjoy the slow-firing hand cannons, there are better options. You've got guns like Probina D and Bad News that are very similar, but honestly, if you want to use a 110 RPM hand cannon, check out the Azimuth DSU. Yes, it's a blue, but guess what? It's got kill clip, which absolutely obliterates enemies when active. Plus it has high caliber rounds. So even looking at the value of Crimil's Dagger in terms of both fun and usefulness, it's still lacking compared to a blue. Moving on to Frostmire's Hex. Personally, I love this gun for just messing around. The reload animation is really cool and it does fire really fast for a scout. The problem here is damage output and magazine size. Compare the 15 rounds in each mag to the 15 in Man and SR4 or the 16 in Nameless Midnight. It shouldn't take long to figure out that you're just going to be reloading a lot. Plus, with the stunted range and lower damage per shot, the Hex feels gimped. Destiny 2 usually balances a higher RPM with a higher magazine size, but for some reason that just didn't happen here. Now I know what you're going to say. This scout rifle is for people who don't like to use scout rifles. To which I say, then don't use scout rifles. Auto rifles are in a great place right now, and there are more than a few that have the same, if not more, range than the Hex. For the energy slot, Uriel's Gift, Positive Outlook, and the number come to mind. And if you want something with more punch in your kinetic slot, give Halfdan D or Loquitur 4 a try. Halfdan is a regular engram drop, but Loquitur 4 was available to everyone last week through New Monarchy. Both of these weapons offer a better auto scout experience than the Frostmire's Hex. And that brings us to Gunnora's Axe. In short, don't use it. The stats would lead you to believe that the range is ridiculous, but it's not. You still have to get fairly close to an enemy for it to be effective, and there are far more satisfying shotguns and other power weapons as well. If you like the close-range demolition of a shotgun, Hawthorne's Field Forged shotgun will absolutely tear enemies apart. Likewise, Perfect Paradox and Zenith of Your Kind are similar, but better options if you've acquired them. If you're looking for some more mid-range power, fusion rifles and grenade launchers are far more effective. Slug shotguns are not in a great place right now, and there's no reason to use them over auto shotguns or even standard shotguns. If Bungie wants this archetype to shine, they really need to, at minimum, double the range in order to offer something beyond what any other shotgun can do. Right now, all this shotgun does is require you to aim better for less damage. Let's talk about the Crucible. Just like in PvE, all these weapons are dwarfed by better options. While Crimil's Dagger has the potential to 3-shot an enemy player with headshots, you're relying on the hope that your foe misses some of their shots. The time to kill is just too high, and even if you miss one shot, it's over. It is pretty satisfying to get a kill with this weapon, but too often you'll just get melted by your enemy before having a chance to take that third shot. Again, 140 to 150 RPM hand cannons are ideal in the Crucible. However, once again, if you insist on using the 110 RPM archetype, Azimuth DSU is your friend. With Kill Clip activated, you can 2-tap someone in the head. Even with the opening shot perk, you're just going to see a lot of people run for cover before you can get that third or fourth shot off. Likewise, Frostmire's Hex just doesn't have the DPS or range to keep up with Positive Outlook or Uriel's Gift, both of which run rampant in PvP. Additionally, you're going to notice that it seems like some bullets just don't happen. It seems like you're tapping them consistently in the head, but oh, what's this? They didn't take damage. I think this is a problem with the hit detection more than the weapon itself, but in any case, this weapon just isn't consistent. You're going to put 15 rounds downrange really fast, then watch your enemy either run for cover as you reload, or watch some bullets enter your face as you reload. If you want something full auto with range for your energy slot, you're going to be much better off with an auto rifle. As for Gunnora's Axe, just don't. When running up on an enemy in the Crucible, the last thing you need when using a shotgun is precise aim. Take the time to unlock the exotic shotgun Legend of Acreus and wreak havoc. If you don't have that gun or can't unlock it yet, any other shotgun would work. Full autos are generally not necessary in PvP, but any standard shotgun with a spread is going to give you more damage at similar ranges while also being much easier to aim. As you can see, I shot this guy point blank range and it still took 2 shots. Any other shotgun would have dropped him, but for some reason this gun and other slug shotguns require headshots. Good luck with that while your enemy is rubber band melee spamming on you. In short, these weapons are collector's items. Get them, have some fun with them, then put them in your vault. Don't waste the masterwork cores on these, and I wouldn't even bother leveling them up because of their limited use in PvE. I'm actually very surprised that Bungie decided to release yet another 110 RPM hand cannon in this season's Iron Banner when we already had one last season. I'd really like to see some more variety when it comes to seasonal rewards, and don't get me wrong, it's nice to add another auto scout and slug shotgun to the collection, but Bungie should really take a look at these archetypes and tweak them to make them more useful. As it stands, there just isn't a reason to use them, and in the case of seasonal events like this, it gives players even less of a reason to play. I'm not saying these Iron Banner or Faction Rally or even Trials weapons need to be the best in the game. They just need to be competitive and fit a certain playstyle. Hopefully, with the upcoming balance passes Bungie has said they're going to make, we'll start to see these archetypes find their respective roles. That's it for this week's weapon reviews. If you found this video useful, informative, or just entertaining, please give it a thumbs up and smash the subscribe button. More weapon reviews are on the way, and I know there's a lot of people that want to know what's worth getting. You can also find me on Twitch Tuesday through Sunday in the evenings Eastern Time, so stop by if you want to check out some live gameplay or just want to hang out and ask questions, etc. The clan is also back in recruiting mode, so if you're an active player looking for other active players, stop by the Discord, meet some of the community, and DM me if you want to join up. And if you're looking for a fire team, you can use the Discord for that as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.